Hi, how are you today?
Hello, fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Hey, are you read this article? Nature is good for you.
No,
Okay, would you like to read right now?
yes,
Okay, go. I'm first or you?
yes, you, no
Okay,
problem.
I'm start. How do you feel about nature? After spending hours indoors, do you often feel like going outside for a walk? Or if you work for hours at your desk, do you feel better when you take a break and visit your local park? Most people think that nature is good for us. It's good for our bodies and good for our brains. However, humans are spending more time inside and less time outside. For example, the number of visitors to Canada's national parks is going down every year. And in countries such as the USA, only 10% of teenagers spend time outside every day. Many doctors feel that this is a problem in the 21st century, and that is making our physical health worse. As a result, some doctors are studying the connection between nature and health. One example of this is the work of Dr. Matilda van den Bosch in Sweden. The doctor gave two groups of people that made tests. During the test, the heart rate of people in both groups increased. After the test, one group of people sat in a 3D virtual reading room with pictures and sounds of nature for 15 minutes. Later, their heart rates were slower than the heart rates of people in the other group. The virtual contact with nature helped these people feel more relaxed. Another group example of how the nature is good for health comes from Canada. In Toronto, researchers studied 31 million, no, 100 people living in cities. Overall, they found that people who live near parks were healthier. Because of studies like this, some countries and cities want nature to be part of people's every life. In Dubai, for example, there are plans for a new shopping wall with a large garden. So shoppers can relax outside with trees, plants, and water. In some countries, so Switzerland, for school, our people are school children study their subject in the forest and do lots exercise outside. And South Korea is another good example. It has new forests near its cities at around 13 million. People visit their forest every year. So after building cities for so long, perhaps it's now time to start rebuilding nature.
Okay, thank you. It's my turn.
Okay.
How do you feel about nature? After spending hours indoors, do you often feel like going outside for a walk? Or if you work for hunts at your desk, do you feel better when you take a break and visit your local park? And most people think that nature is good for us. It's a good for our bodies and good for our brains. However, humans are spending more time inside and less time outside. For example, the number of visitors to Canada's national parks is going down every year. And in a country such as the USA, only 10% of teenagers spend time outside every day. Many doctors feel that this is a problem in the 21st century and that is making our physical health worse. As a result, some doctors are studying the connection between natural and health. One example of this is a work of Dr. Matilda van den Bosch in Sweden. The doctor have two groups of people and made tests. During the test, the heart rate of people in both groups increased. After the test, one group of people sat in a 3D virtual reality room with the pictures and sounds of natural for 50 minutes. Later, and their heart rates were slower than the heart rates of people in the other groups. The virtual contact with natural helped these people feel more relaxed. Another good example of the natural is good for health comes from Canada. In Toronto, research student 31,000 people living in cities. Overall, they found that people who lived near parks were healthier. Because of studies like this, some countries and cities want natural to be of people everyday life in Dubai. For example, there are plans for a new shopping mall with a large garden so shoppers can relax outside with tree plants and water in some countries, such as Switzerland. Forest schools are popular. School children study their subject in a forest, do lots of exercise outside. And South Korea is another good example. It has new forests near in cities and around 30 million people visit this forest every year. So after building cities for so long, perhaps is now time to start rebuilding nature.
Good. Well, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
Would you like to say me the answer? Yeah.
Yes, the same.
Okay.
I have two questions for you.
Okay, perfect. Well, the first, why is nature good?
The natural is good because it keeps us alive science. It gives us many things like food, oxygen, and water.
Nice. It is a good idea. What do you think is necessary to preserve it?
It's necessary to take care of the environment because it's important for our survival. In addition to the fact that currently there are many animals in danger of extinction.
Okay.
The first question for you is, have you visited any natural park?
Yes, hardly ever, but I visit how many? Um, well, in Chiapas, we have many reserves. The best now are the Montebello lakes and the Lacandon jungle, um, Las Nubes, El Arcotete, and the Guacamayas is the better, are the better.
Okay, Chiapas is very beautiful. And the second question is there a natural reserve in your city?
Yeah, have two or three. One is Palenque, another is Aluches, and Cascadas de Agua Azul.
So good. I live in Yucatan, and in here have many cenotes. In Valladolid, the most important is cenotes aquí. It's very beautiful and big.
Okay, good.
Okay, and now we move on the questions.
Oh, nice.
The first question is, how do you usually spend your free time?
Okay, in my free time, I love to read books of strategy, of chess, and practice in my app. To like to read an articles of sustainable and renewable energy from my career, listen to music and relax with my cell phone. Sometimes I go to the garden and prune, but the more time I'm driving my bike.
So cool.
Yes.
In my free time, I like watch movies, watch series, and take a dogs to the park and listen music. I like play Mario Kart, sleep, and spend time with my family and my boyfriend. Do you like Mario Kart?
No much because I never playing, but another video games I prefer. I prefer shoot games.
I'm only like Mario Kart because it's very easy to play.
Okay.
The other video games, I'm very bad.
Okay.
What is the next question?
Well, the next question is, are you playing many sports these days?
Really, no. I like go to the gym and dance, but I don't like any sports because I'm very, 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 very bad.
Okay. Okay.
And
No
you?
problem.
What about you?
Well, for the COVID-19, I can't go to practice volleyball because in the high school, I was in the official team from my school, and I was playing and all. I was a captain, but all finished for the COVID. Right now, I play chess every day. I am a champion in a team. Yes, in Chiapas, in San Cristobal. And another sport maybe is drive or drive my bike because hardly never I was doing careers.
Okay, this is so cool.
Thanks.
Okay. Do you read novels often?
Not much. Novels, not much. I prefer to read an articles from my career or books on war strategy and chess or more science. Yes. What about you?
The truth is that no. I study odontology and only reads books and articles for my career.
Okay, okay. Me too, me too. Well, I have another question for you. Do you read any good books at the moment?
The same as the previous questions, only read books and articles of odontology. And you?
Okay, okay. Well, yes, now I read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, that book, this book. For the moment is my favorite because talk about the strategy of war, have a lot lessons about why war exists and how it unfolds. It helps me unravel secrets and mysteries about why there are armed conflict in life today. But it helps me much more to get to know my opponent when it comes to play chess in the game chess.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, the next is when do you usually go on vacation?
Okay. After the COVID, sometimes we go to our house in San Cristóbal de las Casas or Comitán de Domínguez in Chiapas or Tuxtla. Uh, sometimes we go to the sea in Cancún, Cozumel, Islas Mujeres, Playa del Carmen, etc. But because of the pandemic, that end, I just spend it at home with my family, no more. And
Mm,
you?
yes, in on vacations, my family and me visit Merida beach and go to the beach and visit to my family in Veracruz. But now for the pandemic, no, no travel. Do not travel. We do not travel.
Okay. It's bad.
Yes, it's so sad because
Yes,
I love travel and visit,
me too.
but the situation is very difficult now.
Yeah.
Okay, the next, where do you plan to go this year?
Well, I plan to make a tent in my living room. Just kidding. Well, I think I'll go to my town maybe and to meet my friends and my family because for the pandemic, no more activities or travel. Yes, and you? What about you?
The last years, my family and me planned go to Europe in July, but the pandemic um, is now, and this plan is canceled. And now, and this year, my family and
Oh,
me don't have plan to travel.
okay. I have another question for you. Do you speak any other languages?
No, I have take English class, but it's very complicated for me, and I just learning. I so only speak Spanish, and you?
Okay, me too. I only speak Spanish and more or less English. Is for this I study now, right now. Yeah.
Yes. And do you learn any language?
Yes. Now I learn more English for talk a perfect time. No, but in the future I want to learn Germany or Italian language.
Oh,
Yeah.
um, at the moment, I only learn the English language,
Okay. Okay.
but the other language you learn, it's very interesting.
Yes, for my career, Germany is important, but Italian is only a how do you say? Only for hobby.
Yes, in my career, English is very, very important. The books, articles,
Yes,
and more is in English. It's necessary learn this language.
yes.
Okay.
Well, uh, I think it's finished.
Yes.
I need to go to the mall.
Okay. Bye.
And
And see you later.
okay, see you.
You have a good week.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Me
Bye.
too.